So, hello, I'm Anthony TEC Bichi, admission TED 0817 22, and I'm going to present my field trip to Mombasa, which took place on 30th June to 4th July 2025. This the goal of this trip was to observe each company's history, facility layout, core operations, ICT use, health and safety practices, and future plans. The companies we visited included Associated Vehicle Assemblers, Automotive, Brolo Kenya Limited, that deals with steel, Mombasa Cement Limited, which deals with production, African Marine and General Engineering Company, that is shipyard, Kenya Pipeline Company Limited, Kenya Ferry Services, and the Pirates Beach, which was for tourism and hospitality. The visits aimed to highlight how technology and management practices are applied across all the sectors. So we are going to start with the Associated Vehicle Assemblers, that is AVA in Mombasa. The Associated Vehicle Assemblers is Kenya's leading vehicle assembler, established in 1975. AVA's Mombasa plant spans largely assembly halls and production tracks. With Avia began local production with trucks and pickups in 1970, first trucks in 1977, now assemblers for brands like Toyota and for example, in models include Toyota, Land Cruisers, and Hilux pickups and trucks. The assembly process is semi-knockdown. Chassis parts are imported and bolted together on site. Core processes include body fabrication, painting, and final assembly over the conveyor lines. Quality control is rigorous. AVIO holds automotive quality standard, and it is certified and conducts occupant protection testing as part of its product safety program. Also, ICT plays a growing role in AVS production, that is computerized quality checks and new innovation program on the shop floor. And recently added dedicated electric vehicle assembly line, occupational health safety, and is emphasized through the standard factory safeguards. And looking ahead, the FVA is expanding. In late 2025, it opened an EV assembly line, and in 2023, it launched Simba Marine Boat beside its plan, reflecting strategic push product lines and markets. That's it about the vehicle assemblers in Mombasa. Now we go to the Brolo Kenya Limited, that is steel manufacturing. Brolo Kenya Limited is established steel processing company founded in 1972 by an Italian entrepreneur. Today, it's a family-owned farm, that is Doshi family, and one of the East Africa's oldest steel manufacturers. The Brolo plant is located in Miritini, Mombasa. Houses, cold rolling mills, cutting lines, and finishing areas. So Brolo chiefly manufactures cold formed steel plates, sheets, and strips, and structural sections. Its products include mill steel plates, shear to size, hollow sections, rectangular, square, and circular tubes, Z purlins, angle channels, guardrails, and safety barriers. It also produces a welded steel pipes, that's black galvanized, and specialty items, that is furniture tubing. Raw steel coils are unrolled, bent, and welded on automated mills, then inspected and stocked. So Brolo has a strong tradition of quality. Its machinery blends Italian and Indian equipment, and plant is being fully computerized. The managers report that the factory is the process of being wholly computerized to integrate modern machines and improve precision. Staff training includes the significant ICT automation components. The company provides computer training programs and management development so that employees combine traditional skills with 21st century digital skills. That is, for example, the workers can learn CAD or CAM tools and ERP software for order processing. Thus, the safety practice in Brolo for industries follows industry standards. Equipment is guarded and staff use protective gears, that is helmets, gloves, steel toe boots, and while handling steels, because steel is a very strong, it can injure someone. So the factory employs ergonomics practices, that is mechanized handling of heavy loads, and runs a regular training on workshop safety. Strategically, Brolo is investing in growth management aims to double production output using new machinery. So they said in the next year we are looking to at a double amounts of product in same amounts of hours due to new lines. It has acquired additional cutting and forming machines to expand its product range. The company is also targeting regional export markets in East and Central Africa. So that's it about the Brolo Company Limited that deals with steel. Now we are going to talk about the Mombasa Cement Limited, that is cement manufacturing. So Mombasa Cement Limited was formed in 2007 to supply the East African construction industry. The main facilities include clinker plants at Vipingo, Kilifi County, which is the cement grinding plants. Originally, the Vipingo plant had 1.0 million tons per year clinker capacity in 2019, and in 2019 capacity was doubled to 2.6 million tons per year. Second cement grinding mills was built in Vipingo, and a 2.0 grinding plant operates at the river outside Nairobi. I think it's the branch that, and in some, Mombasa cement total capacity is about 5.6 million tons per year. The plant uses locally mined limestone shipped to Kenya. The cement manufacturing process at Mombasa Cement Limited follows standard steps. That is, raw materials, which are limestone, shale, iron ore, are crushed and milled and blended into raw meal, in quotes, raw meal. The raw meal is preheated and sent into a rotary kiln where it is burned at 1250 to 1300 degrees Celsius to form a clinker. The oat clinker is cooled and ground with about 3 to 5% gypsum and in minor additives like pozzolana. To produce cement powder, the finished cement is stored in silos and bagged for delivery. So Mombasa Cement prides itself on technology and quality. Its plants use automated process controls, vertical roller mills, and real-time monitoring. In fact, Mombasa Cement policies emphasize automation. With advancement in technology, Mombasa Cement Limited's facilities has moved to automate as many processes as possible, making the production more energy efficient. Environment measures also include alternative fuels, biomass, waste derived, and waste heat recovery. Health and safety standards are stated priorities at the Mombasa Cement Limited. The firm has a strong health and safety management system. All plants have detection and suppression system, dust collectors, and electrostatic precipitators to capture the particulate emissions. Company policy declares that the safety company in its sector, with its stringent safety rules and training, regular audits with health safety training and road safety campaigns are part of their practice. So that's it about the Mombasa Cement Limited, the production of cement that we are using to build our houses and everything. We build our houses, our roads, everything. So we are now going to talk about the African Marine and General Engineering Company. The African Marine is the long-established Mombasa shipyard and marine services firm. It was founded in 1928 and is Kenya's primary marine engineering company. The company operates a light ship repair facility at Port Reitz, Mombasa. The African Marine Engineering Company plant includes slipway and 100-meter dry dock. In fact, it is the only certified dry dock facility on the east coast of Africa since 1977. This dock can accommodate vessels up to 100 meters long. Adjacent to it is a construction dock and shipyard capable of building ships up to 50 meters in length. The African Marine Engineering Company provides a comprehensive range of services. Core activities include ship repair and maintenance, that is hull, mechanical and electric repairs on vessels, dry docking large vessels for major overhauls using its 100 meters dock, the shipbuilding, constructing tugboats, barges, and other vessels up to 50 meters. It also performs a general marine engineering overhauls, that is of engines, pumps, pipe systems, and etc. So, and operates a fleet of tugboats and barges for harbor docking, cargo handling, dredging, and towing services. Additional services include marine welding, steel fabrication, ship painting, hull cleaning, and waste oil disposal. So the ICT is used in the form of design and project management steps, that is systems that, for example, the CAD for ship design, ERP for inventory. The company literature focuses more on engineering expertise. It the African Marine Engineering Company also is a certified, and a number of safety procedures in place to ensure that safety of its employees and the environment. A dedicated health sector team enforces a welding and hot work permits, confines sales protocols, and environment spill containment. Those, so the strategic outlook to services Kenya's growing maritime sector. Future plans include modernizing its yards and expanding capacity to handle increased tanker and offshore support work through the details through the so that's the end of the African Marine Engineering Company, where the ship repair, the shipbuilding is done, and yes. So now we are going to the Kenya Pipeline Company. So the Kenya Pipeline Company is a state-formed corporation formed in 1973, it started operating from 1978 to transport petroleum to its core assets and pipelines, storage depots, and pump stations. The Kenya Pipeline operates extensive pipeline network from Mombasa up to upcountry. Currently, about that's the distance that is covering from Mombasa maybe to the upcountry is about 1,342 kilometers of pipeline capable of moving 14 billion liters of fuel annually. This network links refineries and port facilities on the coast to inland terminals, that is Nairobi, Eldoret, Nakuru, Kisumu. The facilities include multiple pumping stations, tanks, farms for gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and loading racks of trucks. Core processes involve pumping refined petroleum, that is gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and jet fuel through the pipelines with remote monitoring of flows to ensure the systems to ensure there is no leakage, there is flow of the fuel. The terminal process include quality testing, that is API gravity, contaminants, inventory management, and safe loading of tankers and fuel. The mission stated is to provide safe and efficient delivery of oil and gas from the source to the customer. So from the Kenya pipeline to the consumer, it ensures that it is safe and efficient delivery. The KPC is integrating in ICT to its operation. It has launched a fiber optic capable project along its pipeline right of way. That is Vision 2025 initiative, using the pipeline corridor to lay fiber, aiming to enhance national internet bandwidth and create new revenue. So the KPC now also uses computerized control system of pipeline integrity monitoring, the leak detection and sensors and alarms, and a central ERP for procurement and supply chain. Safety is also paramount because of the risk of flammable fuel. KPC's Health and Safety Environment and Department enforces a strict health safety standards. All facilities have fire detection, suppression, and systems, methane and hydrocarbon leak detectors, emergency isolation valves. Company policy declares adherence to all local international health safety regulations. The preventive measures include routine inspection, joint drills, and fire services, and a 24/7 surveillance, 24 hours 7 surveillance at tanks. Staff undergo regular health safety training, fire drills, first aid, and all incidents that are investigated. In short, KPC maintains a comprehensive safety management system to minimize risk of spills or accidents. So that's about the Kenya Pipeline Company, which is owned by the government, supply the supply the fuel from the Mombasa to the consumers. So now we are going to about the Kenya ferry services that is in the Likoni channel. So the Kenya ferry service operates in the Likoni ferry crossing, the primary link between the Mombasa Highland and the south coast, that is Likoni, across the Kilindini Harbour. Ferry services at Likoni began in 1937, originally run by private bus company and later Kenya Ports Authority. In 1989, the government took over the Kenya Ferry Service, formally established as a state company in 1998. 80% owned by the government, 20% owned by the Kenya Ports Authority. The facility layout consists of two ferry terminals, one on Mombasa Island and one at the Likoni, roughly about 500 meters apart. That is separating Mombasa Island and the Likoni. Vehicles and pedestrians go at each terminal ramp. Kenya Ferry Services operates a fleet of 7 double-ended ferries: Arambe, Kilindini, Likoni, and others that shuttle continuously across the channel. Each crossing takes a few minutes. Cars pay a toll, that is about 220 shillings per car, while pedestrians board free. The core activities of Kenya Ferry Services provides 24/7 ferry transport of passengers, cars, trucks, and motorcycles across Likoni. The process involves boarding vehicles into car decks, manual traffic control of ramps at the ramps, and navigation of the ferry on schedule. Maintenance workshop at each terminal handle engine repairs and all maintenance for ferries. Kenya Ferry Services also maintains the ramps and links, including the rising and lowering ramps hydraulically, and coordinates with port authorities for security. So the Kenya Ferry also began the introducing of ICT systems for operation. For example, the 5-year plan that has been announced to computerize ticketing and improve security decks at the terminals, that is electronically issued tickets, vehicle manifest, and there are others. The safety has been a critical challenge for Kenya Ferry Services. The Likoni crossing is historically crowded and has seen serious incidents. The deadliest was the Mtongwe disaster in 1984 when the Mtongwe 1 capsized shortly after loading, killing over 270 people. More recently, in 2019, an incident at Mtongwe Arambe, where a car accidentally rolled over a ramp, resulting to fatalities. So in response, the Kenya Ferry Service also has instituted strict vehicle loading protocols, limit checks, and emergency drills. All ferries now undergo rigorous stability and safety inspection, and crew are trained in evacuation procedures. So that is the end of the Kenya Ferry Services about that is linking the Mombasa Island and the Likoni. So now the final part is the Pirates Beach. That is we had to go there for the hospitality, the tourism, to feel the water of the ocean. So the Pirates Beach is a public beach and hospitality area along Mombasa coast between Mamburi and Nyali beaches. It's not a corporation, but rather a leisure destination reflecting on the tourism industry. The site features sandy waterfalls, fringe lines, and with beach bars, restaurants, and small amusement areas. So I think that is the end of my presentation about the trip that we had up to Mombasa, that is TEC 290. And I would like to say thank you so much for giving us that opportunity to be able to explore more about our course, that is technology education. And thank you so much.